The 2011 season, Dirk was getting old, Jason Terry was even older, and Jason Kidd was ancient. Before 2011, nobody believed that the Mavs could win a championship, and many thought this would be their last hurrah. But then, the Mavericks shocked the world, knocking out several heavyweights on their way to an NBA championship.
They knocked out KD and Russell Westbrook. I forgot about that. I did forget about that.
The main narrative about the 2011 Mavs is that Dirk carried a bunch of bystanders to a title, and that they were a David who defeated the Goliath in the NBA Finals. But in retrospect, the 2011 Mavs were the prequel to modern basketball.
Yeah, they
were one of the most balanced teams in this millennium.
Think about it. Think about it. They had a stretch 5 during a time where shooting wasn't really a thing. Like obviously shooting was a thing. I'm not saying that shooting wasn't a thing, but in 2011, it wasn't the type of basketball we're seeing now where they dominate, where they rely on the 3-ball. Like, Jason Terry was a lethal shooter from 3. Dirk Nowitzki was 7 foot pulling from 3. Like, this is shit that wasn't the norm. So this was kind of the blueprint in a way.
They should have actually been the favorites against the Heat in the finals.
The favorite versus LeBron, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh.
Before the start of the 2010-2011 NBA season, the Mavs shooting guard Jason Terry tattooed the Larry O'Brien trophy on his right bicep.
Visualization.
Everybody thought he was crazy, and that in less than a year's time, he was going to need a painful tattoo laser removal. For one thing, the Mavs' competition in the NBA was tougher than ever. The newly assembled Miami Super Team had the best player in the league, alongside another top 5 talent and a third future Hall of Famer in his prime. The Lakers had retained all the key players from their second straight championship run, and so did the Celtics. The Spurs were still the Spurs, the Thunder were on the rise, Chicago had a great team around Derrick Rose, and so did Orlando around Dwight Howard. Apart from the competition, the Mavs were on a bad streak of playoff losses, and their days as title contenders seemed to be over. Since their loss in the 2006 finals, they had only won one playoff series in the next 4 seasons. And maybe the biggest reason why nobody believed in the Mavs was because they were the oldest team in the league. Nowitzki, their only true star, was 32. Jason Terry was 33. Sean Marion would be 33.
Y'all remember Super Hot? Wait, why is Super Hot about to fight right now?
Why is he
Super Hot Fire about to fight?
Oh shit.
Oh no, he can't fight. He can't fight.
Oh shit.
You said miss me with that.
Yeah, don't let him play. Yeah, get his ass. Let's go.
He can't do all that taunting like he did. Yeah.
He's too tall though. Why they give him such a tall opponent?
Wait, stop playing. Fuck.
Oh my God.
Their only true star was 32. Jason Terry was 33. Sean Marion, who would be 33 at the end of the season, could still play good defense, but was nowhere near the athlete he was in his prime. Tyson Chandler was a comparatively spry 28-year-old, but was already playing in his 10th NBA season, and had just come off a miserable injury.
Tyson was one of them ones.
And the 38-year-old Jason Kidd was on his last legs, leading the NBA in all-time minutes played among active players. At that point, only 5 teams in the three-point era had won titles with just one All-Star, and 2 of them, the 98 Bulls and 95 Rockets, had Scottie Pippen and Clyde Drexler as their second-best players.
Damn.
The Mavs didn't even have anything resembling a second
Not
star.
even close.
And even by the
second
star-by-committee method,
the second star that they had was Jason Terry, was it not? Compared to Scottie Pippen?
their supporting cast didn't exactly look like championship material. Before the start of the season, Vegas picked 6 teams above the Mavs to win the championship.
Wow.
And if you put down $100 for Dallas to win, you'd walk home with $2,100. Still, despite being the underdog, Dallas started the season strong.
Hey.
After the first 29 games, they had a 24-5 record and were on pace for a 67-win season, a tie for the franchise record. The Mavs had the best record in the NBA, but then Dirk went down with a knee injury and would miss the next 9 games.
Really?
Dallas
I didn't know that
couldn't
happened.
compete without their best player, and they lost 7 of those 9 games, which was a true testament that they would be a lottery team without Dirk. And to make matters worse, during that span, they also lost Caron Butler, who tore the tendon that connected his knee to his shin bone and was done with the season. Without their second leading scorer, even the Mavs' biggest supporters didn't believe they would be good enough for a title fight. But then, a complete resurgence. When Dirk returned, the Mavs went on a 10-game win streak and won 19 of their next 21 games. They finished the season with a 57-25 record, which was great.
It just goes to show you, bro, if you in the fight, you can still swing. Never give up, bro. They never gave up. That's why they won, because they got over the toughest adversity, losing Dirk Nowitzki. They got him back. They was like, I bet we lost a little bit, but we could gain it back. Let's go to work.
Impressive. And although they surpassed the preseason over-under line by 7.5 wins, they were only the 5th best team in the regular season. The team had the 8th best offense and the 7th best defense in the league, which was the profile of a solid playoff team, but not exactly a championship contender, and certainly not the kind of team capable of winning it all. When the playoffs arrived, many analysts expected the Mavs to lose in the first round to the Trailblazers.
Questions about the Dallas Mavericks. Are they too old? Are they tough enough? Will they have another early season bow out in the playoffs? Does Dirk Nowitzki get enough support from a...
My God, Doris Burke. I never really liked Doris Burke too much. You made me fail my chem test? How? You know there's a power button on your phone you could turn off if you have to do homework. There's a power button. You can turn off the power button. Doris Burke had nothing good to say though. Doris Burke, damn. You got anything positive to say to Doris Burke?
Assistant second scorer.
A talented young team that made a splash midseason trade for Gerald Wallace. And when Brandon Roy scored 18 points in the fourth quarter to spark a 23-point comeback in Game 4 that evened the first-round series to 2 games apiece, it looked like the Mavs were on the brink of another playoff disappointment.
Somebody's got to pitch me. I must be dreaming.
But then, the Mavs started doing what they did all regular season. They were easily the league's most clutch team that year. And instead of falling back to mediocrity in the playoffs, they kept pulling out close wins. Each one more extraordinary and improbable than the last. The more that was at stake, the better Dallas played in crunch time. With Nowitzki dominating on offense and Tyson Chandler holding down the defense, the Mavs won the next 2 games against the Trailblazers and proceeded to the second round against the defending champs. Against the Lakers in Game 1, the Mavs fell down quickly.
Against fucking Kobe Bryant, R.I.P., bro. So they got through the first round of Trailblazers. So now they got to go through Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol.
But then erased a 16-point deficit in the third quarter. And while Kobe shot lights out and dropped 36 points, the Mavs' second unit outscored the Lakers 40-25, which proved to be a difference maker as Dallas edged out the Lakers 96-94.
The Dallas Mavericks have defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in
Game 1.
In Game 2, the Mavs pulled away in the second half, taking a 2-0 lead back to Dallas. And after trailing for most of the second half in Game 3, they finished the game on a 17-5 run.
Stojakovic.
And after Kobe played great in Game 1, Kidd, Chandler, and Sean Marion all played excellent defense to shut down the Black Mamba, who posted 23, 17, and 17 points in the next 3 games. So without Kobe firing on all cylinders, the Lakers just collapsed. And against all odds, the Mavs swept the series, hitting 46% of their shots from deep. But then, another opponent...
they swept them? The Dallas Mavericks swept the Los Angeles Lakers? I didn't know that. I thought it was like 4-1. Oh, now they go to... Oh, my God. So now they just beat Kobe. Now they have to go against prime. Like, this is KD entering his prime. This is Westbrook entering his prime. This is James Harden off the bench producing. I think he was averaging like 16, 18 points off the bench. I think, was Serge Ibaka on the team?
much better than...
No, they had him. Yeah, they did have Serge Ibaka.
It was the OKC Thunder with Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Serge Ibaka, and led by a superstar unicorn in Kevin Durant, who was basically Dirk 2.0. And then, against the younger and much more athletic version
Don't disrespect Kevin Durant talking about Dirk 2.0. He's Kevin Durant. That's it. You don't have to bring somebody else to compare Kevin Durant. He's just Kevin Durant. It's just as simple as that. Check Discord after the video back.
Nowitzki turned in perhaps his best playoff game ever in the first game of the series.
Really?
Dirk scored 48 points on 12 of 15 shooting and a historic 24 of 24 from the line, which was a playoff record for most free throws without a miss. After losing Game 2 at home, the Mavs led from start to finish in Game 3 in OKC. In Game 4, it was the Thunder's turn to win, until Dallas erased a 15-point deficit with 5 minutes left in regulation to force overtime.
So they was down. Look, you see, that's the thing. When they ended, they still swing.
In OT, Nowitzki outscored the Thunder 12-2, finishing with 40 points. In that game, OKC led for 47 minutes and 15 seconds, only to end up losing. In Game 5, Dallas was again losing in the fourth quarter, and once again, they came through on the
comeback kid.
winning the series and proceeding to their second NBA Finals. The
Oh
Finals
my
was a rematch of the
gosh.
2006 series between Dallas and Miami. Only this time, the Heat were not led by a young Dwayne Wade and an aging Shaquille O'Neal, but by Wade, LeBron James,
Oh my
and Chris Bosh in their
gosh.
athletic prime.
Like, does it stop? Does his star power stop? Huh, does it stop? They got through the Portland Trailblazers. Not really that impressive. They got through Kobe and Pau Gasol. They got through KD, Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, James Harden. Now they got to get through LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh. I think, bro, this is actually the greatest run in NBA
This
history.
trio had dominated the East and easily knocked out the 62-win Bulls in the conference finals. The Heat were younger, faster, and more athletic, and more talented than the Mavs, who were once again the heavy underdog.
Dirk just might not pass this way again. He's at the end of his 13th season. His point guard, Jason Kidd, is 38.
Skip Bayless always
Mary
talking
and
shit.
Jason Terry are 33
He
years
been
of
talking
age.
shit.
Dirk doesn't have a Dwayne Wade or even a Bosh.
And everything started
talking
according to the
shit.
Vegas odds, who picked Miami as a 3-1 favorite.
Take every possession like it's his last. Every minute, every second, every quarter like it's his last, man.
Miami won Game 1 in commanding fashion and were well on their way to a 2-0 lead in the series. In Game 2, they led by 15 points with 6 minutes to go, highlighted by a Wade three-pointer from the corner that capped off a 13-0 run. But then, the Mavs did what they had been doing all year. They didn't give up and started to slowly chip away at the lead. After some spirited team defense that put the game back within reach, Nowitzki took over. He finished the game on a personal 9-3 run, scoring the final 2 points when he made a left-handed layup in the final seconds of the game over Bosh.
Nah, yeah,
After the
people
Heat
forget,
won
bro.
Game 3, LeBron
People
and
forget,
Wade were
man.
confident in their first title together. They were so confident that they decided to mock Nowitzki before Game 4, who was
See?
battling the flu. Wade and Bron were caught on camera coughing.
Nah.
But this kind of disrespect only fueled the Mavericks.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not letting that slide. Now I see why Dirk was on timing.
In Game
Fuck you mean you
4.
gonna start
Once again, the
coughing this
Mavs
shit, bro?
proved to be super hot in
Hey,
the clutch,
now I'm on timing.
overcoming another fourth-quarter
Jason Terry,
deficit and limiting
late.
the Heat to just 14 points in the quarter, on their way to another win. But other than Nowitzki's revenge game, the most notable thing was the Mavs' defense on LeBron. The Heat's role players couldn't stretch the floor, and neither could their big three, who were not known for their long-range shooting, allowing Dallas to mix a variety of zone and zone hybrid plays. With Chandler anchoring the back line, Kidd and Marion had the freedom to play great man defense on the perimeter, while weaker defenders like Terry and Nowitzki were hidden within this defensive
Wow.
concept. For long
Are we playing
stretches of the
CFB?
series,
Thank you for that
Dallas
pick.
kept James in check
6,
by using the much
baby.
smaller Kidd as his primary defender. Kidd kept digging at the ball, and LeBron was unable to attack him off the dribble, partly because Chandler was able to help off the Heat's big men and was always waiting to cut off James's driving lanes. LeBron couldn't get into any kind of rhythm in isolation and was unable or unwilling to
They
penetrate
flooded
off the
him,
dribble
bro.
and
They
was forced to
flooded him.
rely on a shaky jump shot.
Yeah.
James finished Game 4 with an appalling 8 points, a career low.
Oh, this
and
is the
was
meltdown.
completely
This is the
passive
meltdown
in the
game.
fourth quarter. Then, in Game 5, it was much of the same. James was unbelievably passive in the fourth quarter, scoring just 2 points and 17 for the game, while the Mavs shooters
clamped
buried the
his
Heat,
shit,
shooting
bro.
a scorching hot 13 for 13 from deep. The Mavericks' backup point guard J.J. Barea was an
J.J. Barea,
unsolvable
that's a-
mystery for
that's a
Miami
mythical
defense.
pull.
And the speedy 5'11" Puerto Rican bobbed and weaved his way through traffic,
And
giving them a
won.
huge boost with 17 points.
Barea, the high archer.
And won!
Jay Barea.
However, in Game 6, LeBron played better, while Dirk struggled. Nowitzki started the game going 1 for 12 in the first half,
Oh, no.
and 4 for 21 during the first 3.5
Oh, no.
quarters. But thanks to Jason Terry and Barea, the Mavs still held an 81-77 lead with 8 minutes left.
Lady.
The German beast finally woke up. Dirk scored 10 points in the final 7 minutes, hitting 5 for 6 from the field to clinch the game and the
His
championship
team
for
killed
Dallas.
it.
For the
Wow.
first time in franchise history,
Wow.
the Dallas Mavericks have won the NBA championship.
It was one of the most clutch playoff runs in history, and some of Nowitzki's postseason stats were downright comical. In the 50 minutes of clutch time during the playoffs, Dirk scored 66 points on 77% true shooting percentage, including
Clutch.
15 of 28 from the field and a surreal 33 of 34 from the free throw line.
Insane.
The 2011 finals may be remembered as LeBron's greatest failure, but the 2011 playoffs will also be forever remembered as Dirk's masterpiece.
Yes.
He averaged 27.7 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 2.5
How?
assists.
I mean,
on
how can you
48,
lose?
46, 94 shooting
Insane.
split. And after a good cry in the locker room, he deservedly hoisted the trophy for the finals MVP.
Beautiful,
The
bro.
MVP of this series, Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, Dirk is one of them ones, gang.